What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tempo Trades. It's been a minute. I'm turning the vlogging camera back on. We're gonna do a little psychology video today. Hopefully you've been good. I haven't done this since the Japan trip. First things first, I have to show the YouTube, the Pokemon collection. If you've been a member of the Discord or the channel for a while, you know that this is something I am passionate about. So I just wanted to update you guys. Thankfully, the Pokemon market has done very, very well, man. This collection is getting close to about $100,000 in front of you, and it's just been really, really fun. I said at the start, way back when, probably 8 to 10 months ago, that I wasn't even looking to make money on these cards. I'm just doing it as a fun hobby, but the market's been great. But that is enough about the Pokemon market. Let's get into the actual stock market. I thought today was a great day to turn on the camera because we actually had a red day, and we had an amazing January. So I just kind of want to show you the duality of trading and how a profitable trader kind of approaches something like today. All right, so as you can see, here are one of the main setups that I took today. It's just a pretty textbook trade. We have a 4-hour fair value gap down there that we are tapping out of. I then go onto the lower time frame, which was the 1 minute, and I take a bullish IFEG long because I'm expecting, again, price to bounce out of that area and continue higher. And we took the loss on it, we took the loss. The funny part is, the problem with trading is you always have these people right here, the hindsight Harrys, okay? Mr. Danovan, the hindsight Harrys right here. When you win, you're never gonna hear from these guys, okay? You're never gonna see these guys, but it's gonna be crickets. But when you lose, you should have done this. Oh, why didn't you do this? It's just hilarious. And before we step into the car, this is really what I wanted to show you. This is how good our January went. 19 wins, 4 losses on the funded account for an 82% win rate. And here were some of our best days on the account. Every single trade here was taken live. All right, and here is the baby girl in the flesh. You guys haven't seen the car in a minute. Haven't really done anything to it, to be honest. I've just been enjoying it, man. I've just been enjoying it. Over there is my dad's Firebird. You've seen it on the channel. This is my baby, man. This is my baby. I've always wanted a GT3, and yeah, it's amazing. It's everything I thought it would be and more. All right, so I really just want to talk about losing specifically because I did lose and I did have a red day. And you as a trader are going to be defined by your red days, not your green days. I've met so many people who I look at their journals and they're able to win 4, 5, 6 days in a row, but then when that red day ultimately hits, they can't accept it and they don't know how to respond, and that's when they blow their entire account and they have to start from scratch. So with taking losses and having a red day, it's really, for me, just about having conviction in your system and knowing that you have an edge. This may be different from somebody who just starts because that person doesn't have the same experience I have. They haven't hit all of those 100-point trades. They haven't had all of those profitable months, all of those payouts. So I don't really expect their psychology to be the same and act like mine, who's been doing this now for 4 years. But let me just put it into perspective and how I see it, okay? I already showed you in January, I won 19 wins, 4 losses, 82% win rate, okay? In that month, I had red days. I think I had 1 or 2 red days in that month, and there was a couple break-even days, right? On those days, did I tilt? Did I get FOMO? Did I just say, oh man, like I have to take a trade or I have to make up my losses? No, I understood that my model has an edge. I have back testing data. I have forward testing data. I know that my model wins more than it loses. I'm just gonna show up tomorrow, keep applying that edge, give myself an opportunity, and at the end of the month, you could see my win rate was amazing. And this month for February is going to be no different. My win rate's probably gonna be lower just because I took a couple losses in one day, but it's still going to be in that 70 to 80% range as long as I stick to my checklist and I'm taking good trades, right? I've had my Discord now for 14 or 15 months. I trade live with these guys every single morning. I've been calling out price consistently for 14 months. We've helped 100 people get payouts, right? So, and I've never had a red month in the Discord yet. Will that happen? Maybe, who knows? But to this day, 14 for 14 on green months. So just because I have one red day, or even if you have a bad stretch, if you're in my shoes, why would you change your psychology? Why would you start hesitating? Why would you start doubting off of something that happened in such a small sample compared to the data that I've collected these past 14 months? The funny part is the same exact way how I actually had a red day today was the same price action I lost my best win streak on. If you have not been trading with me or you don't trade with me, I had a 48-day win streak back in March of 2025, and I lost that streak because we had a huge bearish trend day and I just kept trading my model, you know, which is reversals. I like to take reversals out of key liquidity levels or out of high time frame fair value gaps. I like to then drop down to the lower time frame and basically, you know, scalp a low time frame setup. And the last time I lost my win streak, I was trying to do that and price just kept dumping and dumping and dumping. And, you know, maybe like the first loss or something is avoidable, but probably the second or third loss on that day, I could have been like, okay, this is like obviously super strong. I should just stay out of this, you know. And kind of the same thing happened today. The first setup I showed you was super good, super clean, super high quality. I take that every single day for the next eternity if I saw that trade because I've taken it so many times. And just what it is today, the price action, we had a really, really strong bearish trend and price did not want to reverse. I think I left the house earlier and we were down 500 points on the day in the NASDAQ. Like, that's a once a month, maybe once every 2 months situation that even happens. So yeah, I feel like that's really the difference between me and a inexperienced trader. Like, I have inexperienced traders in my chat freaking out, saying this and that, trying to beat hindsight and analyzing every little thing. And at the end of the day, we are playing a game of probabilities, guys. Whoever tells you that you are never going to lose is lying to you, and you need to run away. You're going to win, you're going to lose, but if you have an edge, you are going to win more than you're going to lose. So at the end of the month, you will be profitable. And really that key and that switch, that flip for me was understanding that and just being okay with taking a red day, understanding that I'm not going to be green every single day. That's not what normal people's P&L looks like at the end of the month. They have red days and they have green days, and it is what it is. And your job on those red days is to control your emotions, control your risk, and make sure your accounts survive so that when the conditions are optimal for your strategy, you're able to capitalize. You know, if I blew all my accounts today just because I was red, what happens on Thursday or what happens on Friday when there's a crazy 100+ point trade, super textbook, and I can't even take it because all my accounts are blown and now I have to go past evals again? That girl is sexy as a motherfucker, man. Like, how could I even be mad that I'm red today when I drive this? Like, holy smokes. So the other thing that I was thinking about while picking up that food is, like, you just have to have conviction in your model or nothing is going to work. If you don't trust the strategy, it's going to give you hesitation. It's going to give you fear and doubt when things get tough, and you're not going to be able to trade, you know, mechanically or robotically. You're going to be trading off emotions. Like, I had a couple people that I used to mentor, and whenever they would lose, like their first trade, for example, they would be able to trade the strategy and stick to it. But then when they lose, their fight or flight response kicked in, and then they would start, you know, spamming different strategies they might have learned or trying to scalp. And that's just trading like that. You're just trading off intuition, and you're going to get killed and you're going to make an emotional mistake. So whether you need to, like, understand your strategy as an edge through forward testing or through back testing. For me, it was forward testing. I'm not a big fan of back testing. So yeah, like, you need to do forward testing or back testing just so you have that, like, self-conscious belief that, like, okay, you know, what I'm doing is working. Holy shit, guys, I just broke like 13 laws. I don't know what I just did right there. Anyway, yeah, I was a forward tester instead of back testing. Back testing's cool, don't get me wrong, back testing's cool, but back testing is not going to work on your psychology, your split-second decision-making, your gut, you know, your intuition and stuff like that. And that's important in trading. You know, you're going to have to make split-second decisions that's going to make or break your day, whether you're profitable or not. And so back testing's cool for a little bit, just to
really understand the data behind the model, maybe what's best. Is it a 1-to-1 is better for the model? Is a 1-to-2 better for the model? Should I take partials? That's great. But after that surface level data collecting, dude, you need to go into the markets. Nothing is going to give you more confidence in a trading strategy or your system than actually taking a trade in the live markets with real money on the line and hitting a trade or even getting a payout. You know, that's another milestone. Like when you get that first payout and you really took that account from zero to the profit goal and you weren't gambling and you weren't just taking random stuff, like you actually, every single trade you took had intent behind it. That's when you build conviction in the system and in your psychology, so that when you do have a red day or you do lose, you're just like, you know what, chalk it up to probabilities. It is what it is. On to tomorrow, okay? That's really important.
All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. I am back now. Hopefully you enjoyed that little discussion. I have to call some mentorship students. I do one-on-one calls in my mentorship program. So I'm going to call them, do some journal review, help them out, and maybe even give them similar tips to what I discussed in this video. So if you like this, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll do more IRL content in the future. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.